Experiential learning is where we take students out of the classroom and we try to give them an experience where they are immersed in the middle of something like this, actually a really prominent provincial historic site. So they get the experience of working with historical artifacts, looking at historical documents, interacting with the people who interpret history here on the site, looking at fine buildings like the church that's right beside us. And so it's a way of bringing the classroom experience into the real world.
Well, I was actually really excited to be able to take a summer course that wasn't inside. I mean, students are always complaining about sitting inside a classroom all day long on beautiful sunny days. And to come out to Barkerville and be able to hike and walk down these 150-year-old streets while you're studying is a pretty cool experience. I couldn't pass it up.
I'm a visual learner, so actually seeing where everything takes place is huge.
I think it provides a whole new perspective because you can obviously learn a lot from documents and from textbooks and stuff, but actually being here, there's a feeling that comes along with being on a site like this.
Well, one of the striking things for me is that students come to this site very often knowing very little about Barkerville, even if they were educated in British Columbia. And yet, the caribou is really the impetus for the creation of the colony of British Columbia and the subsequent development of this province. So it's where it all began in a way, right? It's really the heart of who we are as British Columbians.
Chinatown was built in 1863 to early 1864, just 1 year after the town's European section was built.
It's been a really neat opportunity to interact with a lot of the period actors and have them, show students, and tourists alike, what social interactions and cultural interactions may have looked like during that time.
We're focusing on gender, class, and ethnicity because Barkerville really was a mixing pot. People, Americans, Europeans, Chinese, Aboriginals, Black Americans escaping slavery were all kind of thrown together, and you can imagine how difficult their lives were, mining all day long, not knowing when they were going to have their next meal, having to hike for months to get here. But it was a really cool place in that all these different people kind of had to mesh.
We've done lots of experiential assignments on top of having seminars in class. We actually are able to come out onto the site and we have specific tasks that we're asked to do, like look at this building and kind of analyze it from what we've been learning, or look at an artifact and how does it relate to the topics that we've been discussing in class. And even the off-site things that we've done in the cemeteries, we go and we look and we examine it from a different perspective.
I would like to go into the teaching program at UNBC. I love Canadian history, especially with this focus on BC history. It will be great to incorporate it into my future teaching curriculum.
There's only so much information you can draw from a textbook, and this, gives people a really great opportunity just to have, such a cool experience of, learning in a way that is both fun, engaging, and academic at the same time.